forward. We want to debate its mechanics. We also want to talk about the challenges that our economy is facing. How do we make sure that our economy grows? What role can we play as the ANC Youth League or as young people? Young people in our country, because you are the future. To get involved in intelligent discussions, to get involved in meaningful discussions, to get involved in knowledge acquisition so that you get, to understand everything properly, because you are going to manage all these things. And comrades, these are exciting things. When you immerse yourself in them, when you delve into all these things, then you find it is exciting to be young, to be South African at this point in time, where you, as young people, can play a key role in the future of our country. We want to engage in real meaningful discussions on not only education, but also I'm the chairman of the Human Resource Development Council, which drives the skills development of our country, things like the academics, artisans, the professions, and all that. We focus on that. Now, these are issues that, as young people, we need to be talking about. What is the skills revolution that we want to see in our country? Because we want to see a skills revolution. And it is the young people in our country who know best what type of skills revolution we should have. Right now, we are on a big drive to get many young people to become artisans, to go to TVET colleges. Many of our young people are streaming to universities, and our universities are, they are bursting at the seams with young people who have gone there. And we say it is the hard skills that we want our young people to get. Now, those are the conversations that I would like to have with young people, so that we talk about real issues, issues that are going to build this country going forward. We no longer want to be importing welders from Thailand. We no longer want to be importing people with some skills from all over the world. We want the young people here to take up those skills and say, we are going to build South Africa, we are going to make South Africa better. So the Youth League needs to mobilize young people to take advantage of this moment, to participate in changing the skills revolution trajectory in our country, to also participate in the opportunities that are open for learning and training. And I want to pause and talk about this one other thing. As one goes around the country, door-to-door type of stuff, you go from household to household, we always find that there are many young people who have dropped out of either school and are not going to colleges or even to universities. And this is borne out by the reality that we have. Every year, 1 million young people register for school grade R. 12 years later, only 500,000 or less of them qualify. Now, what this means is that many young people are falling off, and we don't know where they are going to. And you meet them when you go into the household. You meet them there, they are disillusioned. They've dropped out of school. They don't have any skill. Now, these are issues, and I'm talking more seriously, these are issues that the ANC Youth League should be talking about, should be focusing on, and should be initiating a campaign on how we address this social ill. Because it is a problem of the ANC Youth League. The ANC Youth League must take this problem and say to the National Executive Committee of the ANC, we want to address this problem, and we are going to come up with initiatives. Comrades, you do have a big responsibility on your shoulders. And I want the youth of our country to take this up, and you must be in the forefront of the struggles of young people in our country. Yes, the struggles for free education. You must be at the forefront for that. You must be in the struggle to reduce poverty, to ensure that there is employment. And you should be the ones engaging these various companies and saying, we want you to help you to create jobs for young people in our country. And we also want the young people of our country to be well versed in the knowledge economy. And we keep talking about this fourth industrial revolution that is coming. This is going to be an industrial revolution of robots. Robots are going to be moving all over. They are going to be doing a whole lot of things. We already have robots that build cars. You can go to the Apple factory, maybe in China, that makes your Apple phone, your Samsung phone. It is being built by robots. Now the young people of our country must be saying, we as young people, we want to create robots. We want to be innovative. We want to be actors in this fourth industrial revolution. We want to be the movers and the shakers in this economy that is coming. So that singahlale khoneni ngoba uma sihleze khoneni sizayithola kanjani. That's what I am saying. So I want to infuse a lot of enthusiasm amongst us as young people that this world that is opening out there. And comrades, you have a great opportunity. You now live in a free country. You now live in a country that is opening up opportunities. You now live in a country that has a glorious movement that says, we want you even to come into the National Executive Committee and determine the future of South Africa. Those are the opportunities that are open for you. And I'm saying, take them up. Take these opportunities, run with them, and make something great out of these opportunities. Because you are the ones who are supposed to make South Africa great. We want you to make South Africa a great country. We geezers, we can no longer possibly do that. We are old geezers. You have the ideas, you have the knowledge, and you are the ones who must take this up and make sure that we succeed. This is a youth league that must attract highly educated young men and women to occupy key positions which are going to drive our country forward. We want this ANC Youth League to be attractive to young entrepreneurs, to be attractive to aspiring industrialists. Those young entrepreneurs and aspiring industrialists and professionals must not look at your youth league and say, "Ay, Laba, no, we don't even want to touch them." They must come rushing to the They must get there and say, yo, those people are clever, those people have great vision, those people have great ideas. That is the type of ANC Youth League that we want. An ANC Youth League that is creative, innovative, and full of ideas. And in the end, it is going to work to unite the youth of our country. And that you've got a great opportunities for. And we want you, as the youth of our country, to break down barriers of division and create a country where there will be neither whites or blacks, just South Africans, free and united in diversity. That is what we want. That was O.R. Tambo's dream. Oliver Reginald Tambo, in speaking in one of the world platforms, said our dream is to create that type of a country out of the ashes of apartheid, out of the ashes of division, ashes of racism. We want to create a South Africa, and the youth must play a key role in this. They must create a South Africa where there will be neither black or white, but just South Africans working to make South Africa great. Now, in order to do that, this youth league must occupy all spaces in society. It must not hold back. You must occupy spaces in the boardrooms of our country. You must occupy spaces in the management teams of companies. You must occupy spaces all over, in the sporting teams of our country, all over. That is where the ANC Youth League must be working. It must be operating. You know, it was quite interesting one time. I was talking to a high-level banker from China. I met him in New York, and he was working for one of these big banks in New York. And he said, I'm working here, but I'm going to go home one day. And I say, are you a member of the Communist Party of China? He says, yes, I am a member of the Communist Party of China. And there are quite a number of us who are working, who are members of the Communist Party of China, who are in these very high rarefied institutions. And we are there. And we are there as members of the Communist Party of China. And we meet often, even in these offices, because we are proud of our membership as members of the Communist Party of China. Now, we want members of our ANC Youth League to be there in all these places and to be proud that they are members of the ANC Youth League, and to be bringing to bear the values and the principles of the ANC into all those bodies. And that is how we lead society. That is how the ANC leads society, where you find us everywhere. You look under the sea, you find us. You look across the sea, you find us. You look all over, the length and the breadth of the country, that's where you must find us. That is what the ANC Youth League should be doing. You need to be present all over, even in factories, even on the farms in our country. You need to be present there. And you need to build alliances, yes, with other youth formations, and we must do everything possible to ensure that never again in South Africa will opportunities that are offered to young people be defined by race, by ethnicity, by gender, by class, or religion. Opportunities that are there must be open to all. So the ANC Youth League, therefore, must take up the challenge faced by young people every day in our country and be able to represent them. We also want you in all the campuses. We want you to build strong alliance with SASCO so that the campuses are run by organizations of the Congress movement. We need comrades to be there all over so that we build this strong movement and bring together strong coalitions, strong alliances as we do all this. This I say, comrades, because the ANC belongs to the people. It belongs to the people of our country. It is not a vehicle of just a few people. And more importantly, and this should be clear, the ANC is not a vehicle for self-enrichment. ANC should never be seen as a vehicle for self-enrichment or patronage. That is something we are going to get rid of. We will work day and night to make sure that the ANC returns to the values that are inscribed in the constitution of the ANC. Because when we voluntarily join the movement, we take a vow that we do so without motives of material advantage or personal gain. We commit to place our energies and our skills at the disposal of our movement and carry out the tasks that are given to us. That's what each one of us swears solemnly when we join the African National Congress. We take an oath pledging that we will defend the unity and the integrity of our organization and its principles and combat any tendency towards disruption, towards factionalism. We therefore look to members of the ANC Youth League to provide leadership in all spheres of life, to earn respect, not to demand respect, to earn respect, to be given respect by those you interact with, and not to be pushing our weight around and demand it, not to be arrogant, and to set a good example in society. It was the first president of the ANC Youth League, Anton Lembede, who told the young people of his day that we are not called to peace, comfort, and enjoyment, but to hard work, struggle, and sweat. We need young men and women of high moral stamina, he said, and integrity, of courage and vision. In short, Anton Lembede said, we need warriors. This means that we have to develop a new type of youth of stoical discipline, trained to endure suffering and difficulties. It is only this type of youth that will achieve the national liberation of the African people, is what Anton Lembede says. This is precisely the type of youth we find amongst the rank and file of the ANC Youth League today. We want more of them. These are young men and women of high moral stamina and integrity, and we want more of them. You are the warriors of our age. This is your moment, comrades, to change the course of history. This is your moment to participate in rebuilding and uniting the African National Congress. And I want you to take this to heart. We're facing a serious task ahead of us. And it is the ANC Youth League that is going to be expected to play the greatest role. I say so because history has bequeathed on you this responsibility. Earlier this morning, I addressed the ANC MK Council, who are holding their conference. And I said to them, they, as ANC combatants, chose to go and serve the people of our country and went into exile to be trained as the People's Army soldiers. And by so doing, they had pledged and committed themselves that they could even lose their lives. And they were doing all they did out of sacrifice, out of commitment, out of the love of our people. And I said to them, that puts you on a higher pedestal. And their political clarity was one other attribute that is important in their makeup. I said that puts them on a higher pedestal. It basically means that they are very advanced because of the commitment they have made. These are people who were prepared to die to have all of us free. Now to you, as members of the ANC Youth League, I say I am putting you also on a higher pedestal. The pedestal that you are on is so because you are inheritors of the future of this country. You are the ones who are going to remain standing when many of us are gone. So this, in the end, is your country. And we say, take this country, lead this country. Take this country and make it a truly non-racial, democratic, non-sexist, and prosperous country. It is now in your hands. Thank you very much.
All right, that is ANC Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa wrapping up his keynote address at the 73rd anniversary celebrations of the ANC Youth League.